I decided to do the walking tour, so I decided to book the excursion. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Miles Road, because he got some time down here today in San Juan. So I've been following this man along with the others that's on the boat with me. So I'm gonna enjoy it. Got some time, so here we go.
again, my name is William. Once again, thank you so much for joining my tour. So you are here in San Juan Bautista, the capital of Puerto Rico. San Juan Bautista in English is St. John the Baptist. You are here, the one of the historical landmark officially from 1960 and also listed by UNESCO World Heritage from 1993. This is the place that is the visit for many tourists who come in the island. They come around 1.2 million people annually to visit this city, okay? To visit the churches, cathedral, and among other historic sites right here in this city. So where we are here, guys, it is in a small peninsula, St. John the Baptist, separate from the mainland of Puerto Rico. If you have the map with you here, guys, this is the map of Puerto Rico. So we are practically located on northeast of the island of Puerto Rico. So here's where we are, in a small peninsula, St. John the Baptist. The only way to go to Puerto Rico, which Puerto Rico is crossing the bay, a mile from here, you must cross the bridge. If you look back to the map, there is a bridge that practically connected the peninsula and the mainland of Puerto Rico. So here, this is the oldest European city in the U.S. territory, but the second oldest European city in America. Okay, and it's still registered by UNESCO and history in the National Historic Landmark in Puerto Rico and United States by preserving these colonial that have been constructed for around 500 years historically. This is practically a city that preserved get familiar with the direction you came from pier number 3. Okay, so as long as you return back to the ship, just follow the water and you return back to the ship. Okay, so historically, guys, in this city, it used to be a port and military base for the Spanish from 1521, and then by the U.S. from 1898, 1960, when the U.S. installed as a U.S. Army installation by the time during the First and Second World War. Okay, so today is half commercial and half residential of the street. Okay, so I'm gonna show you also another area, which you're gonna see the shopping area, La Fortaleza Street. So I want you to be familiar and watch around to see practically the mosaic or tiles placing the name of the street. The Spanish didn't use the numbers because it's not necessary. They wanted like placing the name related with their religious belief or the nature or saints, whatever. Okay, so you find even the building. You're gonna get familiar with the direction. So we're gonna take shortcuts heading to the north. Okay, so we are going directly to the Atlantic. Remember, this is the south, east, and west. Okay, so you are inside the city wall or the walled city of San Juan. You're gonna ask, where is Old San Juan exactly? Deep west. Okay, so this is the latest colonial construction until the 19th century. Okay, which over there historically used to be a port or trading port, where they trade slaves, even minerals, etc. Historically. So let me show you more along the street, guys. So we're gonna walk along the. No, go back. That's why, guys. Stop right there. I'm gonna take you to the smallest street. Most of the street located here in Old San Juan is very narrow and high. So I'm gonna show you the easy way to go. So you get exhausted. Fortaleza is related by the governor mansion or the official residence of the governor at the end of the street. And at this moment, we don't have umbrellas decorated, so we have every Christmas decoration right along the street. Okay, so Fortaleza is well known by the shopping area. Coffee shop. We have coffee shops along the street, which I encourage you guys to support local product, authenticity product like this one, for example, Memories from Old San Juan, which is all made by local artisans, including the coffee shop that I recommend you, Mundo Taíno, which the coffee is still harvested or produced in the central part of Puerto Rico, and it's 100% Arabica. All right. So in this street, La Fortaleza, historically, guys, it used to be the main street by the Spanish. In this street, as you see, it's all parallel.
Sorry.
Parallel street in Old San Juan. It still remains under the street for two reasons. For water system, for water supply, which at that time, the Spanish population who lived in this city, let's say military, who live here, they receive water supply by the rain, but also used for, let's say, for protection, because in this city we've been attacked many times by the British, let's say pirates mostly, British among other European enemies, okay? So practically we have subterranean tunnels still remain under the street connecting the fortification, the governor mansion, until the extreme east of this peninsula, imagine this, okay? So we've been practically a big target by pirates along the time. So you figure it out, why so many buildings, even for fortification and massive walls you see along the street? Because the Spanish, the main reason is that the Spanish wanted to protect the walls. Even though here the Spanish keep especially gold and all minerals, because without it, guys, Spain will lose power. Okay, so this is how it is. What happened after 1898, the Spanish-American War, guys? The U.S. Practically, when they possessed the city, they convert as a military base, okay? So by the time they changed the name as Fort Brooke. Fort Brooke by John Brooke, the first American governor elected by the president, okay? By the time American governor, they reside in that palace, okay? 1947. From 1947, it is where the U.S. government allowed Puerto Ricans to vote for a local government, which we cannot vote for president, okay? So most important that Puerto Rico is a territory, so we are neither a state, neither a nation. But the most important is that Puerto Rico still preserve the cultural values. The music, the food, even the art, so you figure it out along the street. So in addition, Puerto Rico, officially we have two official flags. Have you seen down the street in the building? We have two official flags, two official language, English and Spanish, which in Puerto Rico is required to learn English. Kindergarten, until 12th grade. And here I am. Okay? So I practice my English since I was a child. And they required to learn English. And then when I began studying in university, guess what? The books, everything is in English. Okay. So here I am. Okay? So actually I finished my master's degree. So that's how we work in Puerto Rico. So we have a public system too. But if you look that flag right there, guys, that flag is considered our authentic flag. It represents our nationality of Puerto Rico. That flag design is similar with Cuba, right? Similar with the Cuban flag, but
the Cuban flag is blue.
It's blue. It's totally different, but it was the independent movement from Puerto Rico that picked that color. And guess where they exchanged the design? In New York. It was between Cuban and Puerto Rican by exchanging gifts by supporting their battle to become independent. Which is why they give us the chance to give us our official flag, which we don't have an official flag at that moment, but that flag represents the official Puerto Rican nationality, okay? What it represents, the light blue color? The light blue color represents the sky. The star represents a nation. Puerto Rican believe that Puerto Rico is a nation. But of course, Puerto Rico is not a nation politically, but we are a nation in terms of cultural values. You see, that's who we are as Puerto Rico. All right. So, guys, now we are going to continue to walk along the street, guys. Just in case, in this city, before the Spanish paved the blue cobblestone along the street, was practically flooded. All right. So it practically evolved over time for around 400 years. Okay. The Spanish occupied the island of Puerto Rico 400 years. Okay. So now it's practically possessed by the U.S. And all Puerto Rican, as you know, we are American citizens, officially from 1917. And I will explain you why we became a U.S. citizen, okay? So I will explain you more of this week. Now, guys, we're going to take a shot. Is related by this chapel. This is the only Franciscan Parish church, okay, from 1773. Okay, as you know, Puerto Rico is deeply Catholic, so we practically all the, let's say, historical monuments are concentrated mostly the Catholic Church. Let's say it began with the cathedrals and churches established by Dominicans, which practically established from there, from the West Bank. Okay. Okay, so in this parish church, guys, inside they have a crypt. So if you want to see inside the crypt, it's optional, guys. If not, we'll continue going, walking along the street and explore the colonial house. Okay, before we go to the fortress. Okay, so this is San Francisco Street. Again, San Francisco Street by this parish church. So you're gonna find some restaurants here. And including we have here some hotels, some pastries and cafeterias. The coffee, guys, is $1.88. If you want to taste our local coffee, Mallorca. Mallorca is on the next block, right there, okay, around the corner. Got it? So in addition, if you want to eat some Puerto Rican food, well, this area you might find, let's say, some tables, but I'll recommend you the other one up the street, okay? Let's continue this way. 80s. And I was playing the music Calle Luna, Calle Sol. Calle Luna is by the Moon Street. In this street, and Calle Sol, that's another city, another street above this, before this street, okay? Calle Luna, Calle Sol was a very dangerous place by that time because Calle Luna used to be a prostitute street and also served the U.S. military, but by the time, but not anymore, okay? So this is very safe and also touristic, okay? But this is practically a residential park. Now we came from the commercial area, so this is a residential park. Okay, so this is Calle Luna. So in this parallel street is pointing over there, the second oldest cathedral, which you're gonna see when we walk down the street. That's the second oldest cathedral in America, St. John the Baptist Cathedral. So what is the oldest cathedral in America in terms of construction? In Dominican Republic. Okay? So Dominican Republic became the first oldest European city. Here became the second, especially in this small island, okay, where we are right now. Over there, up to the eastern part, pointing there, that's the third line of defense, St. Christopher, from 1791. So you figure it out, this city was packed, covered by walls connecting the fortresses, okay? Remember, that fortress, they played a big role in 1797 when we've been under siege by British. In 1797, imprisoned thousands of prisoners in that castle, okay? That one has 3 levels versus the other one you're gonna access inside has 6 levels, okay? So that one, again, that one served to protect and attack by land, and the other one where you're gonna access is served to attack overseas. Okay, so it's practically all well constructed, guys, and most important, the whole construction took 250 years to complete the construction. Everything was commissioned by the Spanish. The Spanish didn't do anything. They commissioned an outfit. Who did those projects to complete or develop this city? The slaves. Okay, remember the slave did all of this hard work to, let's say, to serve the Spanish crown. Okay? Okay, guys, so we are going that way, so... Para que vea que... has 5 gates. I will explain to the group.
Yeah, I got you.
Guys, but it doesn't show it anymore because down the street is supposed to be a gate. In total, in this area facing the bay, which is the southern part, is supposed to be a trading port. This is a gate named San Justo. San Justo is related by the gate that's supposed to place over there. All right, so it used to be a gate when they trade slaves, officially from that gate. All right. So when the Spanish crown decided to demolish the wall during 1890s, the latest decade of the 19th century, number one, by lack of maintenance. Second, it's been damaged by the earthquake. So we have a hard earthquake 1897 by that time, okay? So practically it used to be covered by walls. How tallest was, it was around 40 feet. But you're gonna get familiar with the gate. The only gate remains in this city is nearby the governor mansion. We will see it over there. So it's practically similar as it's supposed to be along the city. Okay? But we still remain one. Before it used to be 5. Okay? To the east, we have 2 gates that practically a person who's not wealthy, so they're supposed to land from the east. If you are a dignitary and you are a wealthy person, you should land from the west. Easy to get inside the city of San Juan. Let me ask you again, where is Old San Juan? Where is the city of San Juan? In that part. Because in that part is where officially the dignitaries access from that area. And keep in mind of this city as a military spot and as a trading port, guys, it became the key to the Indies. If you come from Africa, how long you think do the voyage from Africa to here? 2 months. Okay, so as long you're gonna keep safe here with the ballast stone, to keep balance, to get safe with 12 cannons around the ship. So to be sure that you are safe to come here officially to the Spanish region. So let's say before you go or depart to another Spanish region, you should dock here first. As long as you register as Catholic. Okay, so that's the condition to live in the Spanish region. You must be Catholic and your name's supposed to be in Spanish. Okay, don't mention that you practice the Muslim or Jewish religion. If not, you are in trouble because you don't have no idea that you have the Inquisitor beside you. That was the condition at that time. But if you are a dignitary, the only way to access is from the main gate, San Juan Gate, officially to the city of San Juan. All right, guys? So, as you see, the streets are very narrow, very high. So, remember, this peninsula or this island in this area is practically a hill before. So, that's why you see very high is here. So, guys, we're going to go that way, guys. So, we're going to stop at Plaza Mayor. And we will take a break for 15, I said 15, not 50, 15 minutes for a break to stroll around, okay? So we will stop at Plaza Mayor. Plaza Mayor is practically where the Spanish historically they hide or keep our armory and weapons in this square. Okay, Plaza Mayor. Plaza Mayor is the same name similar in Latin American countries, which the Spanish they used to keep armory or artillery inside the street. And crossing from here, this square over there, guys, that's the Mayor City Hall from 1604. So, okay, so we are practically close from the oldest part, which the Spanish randomly placed the first colonial construction, the cathedral, the churches, and fortification. And right there, that building, guys, this is the State Department, which Puerto Ricans actually still, let's say, apply for the U.S. passport. And all Puerto Ricans have U.S. passport. For example, all Puerto Ricans, they use the card. Okay? So if you want to travel outside the U.S. territory, you can apply for the passport, especially in that building. Okay? Or in the post office also. So all Puerto Ricans can travel without any hesitation. Even though if we move to the U.S., we don't have any problem to move to the U.S. and automatically we became citizens for each county and vote for president. Which here we cannot vote for president and congressman. Okay, we only vote for governor, commissioner, resident that have no right to vote, but they can speak. It's a position created in 1917 under the Jones Act. Okay, and also vote for mayors and legislature chambers, 79 members, which is located outside the city. Okay, so in addition, just giving you an idea how is geographically how it is in Old San Juan. We are practically on the top of the hill, which is narrow, versus outside is practically flat. So here is difficult to walk, but with the exception outside the city, okay? So guys, we have 15, did I say well? Because sometimes I miss the word. 15 minutes, 15 minutos, ya le explico. 15 minutes to explore around. We have the drugstore, which they sell souvenirs, coffee, best coffee right there. The supermarket, which the price is different. But if you want to get the coffee, when you see a place or cabinet that practically they lock the coffee, it means this is the high quality coffee. On that street, guys, Calle Fortaleza, which is a shopping area. If you want to buy something authentic, I recommend you Mundo Taíno. Mundo with M. Mundo Taíno, the next street to the right, you're going to see it crossing the street. If you want to buy authentic product, here we have Marshall's, and we have here Poet Passage, okay, all souvenir shop. If you want to go to the restroom, Marshall's. Okay, we have Marshall's, and we have the Supermax. And also, crossing the street, you can go to MSC. Last thing, guys, if you want to taste coffee, right there, Pushy's Cafe. This is a good coffee for $1.50 and $2. Okay?
Okay, right over here?
Yes. All right, 15 minutes. I'll be right here. gente de Canarias? Ah, míralos ahí. Ya mismo voy a con ustedes. Okay, guys, this is San Sebastian Street. San Sebastian Street is honoring the martyr Saint San Sebastian. This is a street where we celebrate every third week of January the San Sebastian Street Festival. Esta es la calle San Sebastián, donde celebramos anualmente, desde la tercera semana del mes, la fiesta de la calle San Sebastián en honor al santo mártir San Sebastián. ¿Okay? En esta calle es donde celebramos anualmente en la tercera semana de enero. Yes, go ahead. Okay, guys, in this street, if you are getting familiar with this street is well known by a good nightlife place, but also we have many bars and restaurants. Around the corner, La Taberna de Lúpulo, highly recommended, guys. They sell, let's say, hundreds of craft beers. Highly recommended. Big appetizers, everything. Here, if you are looking for good piña colada, this is the one. La Factoría. But the way they serve the piña colada is the authentic piña colada from 1950s, okay? Not the blender piña colada that you are drinking right now, okay? So this is, the original one is with pineapple water, with coconut milk, all handmade, and the lemon. They squeeze the lemon and it keeps sweet. That's the authentic drink of piña colada, okay? So in addition, two things. The cobblestone, right? This cobblestone, as I mentioned, the Spanish use it as a ballast stone to balance the ship, right? But it was in 1893 when they officially reused the ballast, or let's say the cobblestone, to pave in this street to adorn the city, which the blue comes from the slag, okay, slag or from the iron. Apparently, they smelt the iron to place the color and place on the top of the bricks. The bricks, guys, or the rest of the cobblestone, they brought it from Liverpool, England. Okay, so this is the main street where the Spanish paved officially the blue cobblestone along the street for horse carriage, practically. But before placing the cobblestone, was practically flooded and placed by rocks. Okay, so they officially reused the ballast stone or the cobblestone from 1893. That was the first street that the Spanish paved the cobblestone. Versus the other one, you're gonna see the brown one that is from Spain. Okay, like the brown one, like this one, they use it as ballast stone to balance the ship. So they officially paved this cobblestone from 1893. What about the flag? You see that flag with black and white? It represents solidarity because we are in protest. We are in protest by the situation we are facing by financial crisis. Okay, so as long we go to the protest that the government pretends to pay the external debt, we grab the flag in symbolism of solidarity. Okay, to get united ourselves with the workers. That flag with the square form, similar with the Cuba and Dominican Republic, that it was the revolutionary flag. That flag was designed in 1863 by Mariana Bracetti. So that flag is supposed to be the official flag of the Republic of Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, we pretend to become independent, or we tried to do a revolt 3 times, and we failed all the how can I say we tried our best to become independent, but we failed by lack of support by locals. Okay, so that revolutionary flag occurred in 1863 because at that time Spain has started to decline as an empire. So that when that revolt, let's say, grew in Puerto Rico, the Spanish government authorized and commissioned to construct a jail or a prison outside the walls, to prison the people who have the, let's say, the liberal ideologies to try to become an independent. So we tried 3 times to become independent. But that is la revolución del grito de Lares, or the Lares revolutionary flag, which in Lares, in the northwest part, is where it occurred the largest independent battle. Okay, in 1950s, by Pedro Alberto Campos, independent nationalists, they were armed against the U.S. Army. Okay? So follow up on YouTube, 3 nationalist members that shot in the U.S. Congress in 1954. 3 Puerto Ricans nationalist members. Okay? That belonged to Pedro Albizu Campos. You see? So we were armed many times, but we failed. You see? We tried in 1863, 1897, and 1950. So it's impossible against a big enemy who has armor and also has a lot of resources, right? So what we have to do? Tac, 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 tac. Bailar, dance, eat, and educate. That's the idea. Work and educate. Work and educate. Estudia y trabaja. ¿Está bien? Now, guys, we're gonna go that way, and then we go to the fortress. Okay, so we have 45 minutes of. Architectural fruit by the Spanish, so it's practically similar in La Habana, Cuba. But this is authentic. This is practically a unique city. So guys, here, right in front of you guys, this is belong to one flag, 78 municipalities in Puerto Rico. In total, we have 78 municipalities in the island of Puerto Rico, including 2 adjacent islands. The population is 3.1 million in population. I forgot to mention that. Okay? So the reason why the artists wanted to place the flag is to embrace their national identities as Puerto Rico. Okay? Above the flag, this shows the national flower is the hibiscus, but we name Flor de Maga. Flor de Maga is our national flower. Including in Puerto Rico, we use that hibiscus to do medicine. Okay, in Puerto Rico, we have thousands of floral flowers, and also right there, this is Bad Bunny, because in Puerto Rico, in this year, we celebrate the residential concert by Bad Bunny. So it's practically honoring his figure as an artist. Thanks to him, we are not invisible at all. Okay, so artists are truly ambassadors, as I consider. Okay. So guys, we'll continue this way, okay? So we're going that way, and we'll go. We'll get food inside the gallery before we go to the portrait. Okay? Right here, guys. I want you to see more houses and fact, the indigenous tribe in America. So if you look this totem, the telluric totem is pointing overseas. It's related by the new word, or let's say a connection with and the name. That's symbolized at that time when the Europeans tried to colonize and mark the land in America. So it's almost related with the new world or the colonization era. Spanish trying to land and mark and dominate the land in America. Okay? And what is over there? Those statues is related by the shepherd or Saint John the Baptist. Saint John the Baptist is the name of the capital of Puerto Rico. Guys, the island of Puerto Rico, before named Puerto Rico, it was named Borique. Borique starts with letter B. It's named when the indigenous people were the first population settled in the island of Borique. Borique means lands of rivers, lands of rains. So that was the first name, Borique. That's why we call ourselves Boricua. You see, Boricua is related by the first name in the island of Puerto Rico. And then when the Europeans land the island, when they plant the cross, the official name Saint John the Baptist, and now you see the figure of the lamb. It represented one of the Jesus disciples. Okay, which Catholicism is the official religion from that time until now. Okay, so this is all related with the shepherd or the Lamb of God. Okay, guys. So before we go to the fortress, let's get full a bit inside the gallery. I'll give you the brief information of the fortress. I'll give instruction and we'll finish. So this is gonna be the final room. So they decided to name this island Boriqueque. In Dominican Republic, Quisqueya. You see, by the time they lived for thousands of years. So practically here, guys, this is a building where it used to be a military bastion from 1864. So before they built this building, they constructed this building, guys, it used to be a slum owned by Dominicans in this area. So how has been evolved this city by the time? If you look behind you, sir, you see that cartography? This is the cartography from 1782. Just figure it out how this city has evolved for hundreds of years, okay? So it was backed by walls. 5 gates and 2 tunnels heading outside the city, okay? Okay, so this is how it's been developed, the city, by cultural population. The photo you see right there, this is the photo representing the Spanish army who occupied this building. So that's a drawing where it's witnessing how the Spanish used that plaza for religious services. Below that wall, below the information, that's a photo from 1893. It is a photo practically shows where the Spanish, they made military practice. It's right there in the National Park landscape, okay? This is where the Spanish practice their military, okay? They made the military practice, okay? So this is how the city has evolved, and right there, this is a photo representing the U.S. Army. When the U.S. possessed the island of Puerto Rico, they possessed the island of Puerto Rico after the Spanish-American War. So they practically received all the latest Spanish territory transferred by the Paris threat. So when they transferred the latest Spanish territory to the U.S. by the Paris threat, they officially installed the U.S. Army. As I mentioned the U.S. Army they established and occupied all the buildings around the city until 1960, which in 1960 it became an historical landmark. If you take a look at the map over there, guys, this is a peninsula. Where we are? Right here, northwestern part. So we are inside the wall city. It's around 234 acres. You know, the Forbidden City in China, in Beijing, is more larger than here.
I don't know.
I think therefore, because I lived a year in China. Okay?
This is bigger, you said.
No, it's bigger than Forbidden City in Beijing. Bigger than this city in Los Angeles, honestly. Because practically, this is practically where the city was packed, protected by the walls, with gates, 2 tunnels, and 2 key fortresses, okay? Here is to attack by land, and that fortress, which you're gonna visit there, guys. The fortress that you're gonna visit, guys, has 140 feet tall, okay? It has 6 levels and very narrow. So it's practically constructed over the rocks on a promontory, okay? It has 6 levels, so practically they use it to attack overseas. So where they place the cannons? Everywhere, guys. The Spanish placed all the cannons around the city, including here. Guys, when we walk along the sidewalk, along the way, on your left side you see the small fortification El Cañuelo, which the Spanish authorized to build El Cañuelo or fortification to cross fire and support this fortress. That's the way to prevent that pirates or privateers access, even though sack the city, because we try to be sacked and burned by many pirates in this city. All right. Yeah.
Is there any hurricane, typhoon, tsunami here?
Oh, we didn't have too much damage. The latest one, it was in 2000. Yes, many times. No typhoon, not larger. No typhoon. It's the hurricane. Hurricane. The typhoon is practically larger, right?
Any tsunami?
Yes, we did once in 1917 in this city. But only the water practically covered this area, and with the exception of the road. Yes, they were flooded right here because the rest outside the city is practically flat. Okay? So guys, now before we go to, after here we're going to the fortress. So we have 45 minutes to explore the fortress, guys, and after that, guys, we'll finish the tour. So after here, we'll walk down the street and we'll finish. Okay?
Okay.
Please, I need your cooperation. see how massive and huge is the wall expanded from the dry mode? It's practically covering the city. Guys, this wall, starting from the dry mode, began after the Dutch forces attacked the island of San Juan in 1625. Okay, which the Dutch forces, after that, they looted and burned the city. So after that, the Spanish decided to expand the wall after 1625. So it's due 250 years to complete the whole construction up until the third line of defense. Over there is the third line of defense in Christopher. The difference from here and there is that this castle, San Felipe del Morro from 1539, the Spanish used it to attack overseas, including adding more levels, which they place different angles, to protect the entrance or even the overseas. And over there is to attack and protect by land. That one has 3 levels, and here has 6 levels. Here is more narrow than that one. So you're gonna, when we access there, guys, we're gonna access to the 5th level. This is the main citadel. So in addition, the U.S. Army during the First and Second World War, they used to establish the U.S. Army installation as an observatory, even though they had the bunkers, which you're gonna see on the 6th level, including they constructed that lighthouse, guys. That lighthouse was built during the First World War. Okay, so by the time they were enlisting soldiers to prevent that Germans or U-boat Germans won't show around or maybe attack the city. Okay, which is why they enlist more people, especially to the bunker, especially Puerto Ricans. The only way to be enlisted to the U.S. Army is to provide us the citizenship. The reason why we are U.S. citizens from 1917 is to enlist obligatory to the U.S. Army. Okay, so that was the reason why they placed or enlist people, especially in the bunkers. From there, you can see bunkers. In that castle has 2 bunkers, the 3rd and 2nd levels, and here in the 6th level, which they used the army installation until 1960, and now it's the museum. Okay, so now, guys, we're gonna access to the 5th level, which you're gonna see only 1 cistern that concentrates 300,000 gallons of water right inside. Okay, versus that one has 2 larger cisterns, 800,000 gallons of water. Okay, so we're gonna access to the 5th level, the main citadel. They have casemates, exhibitions, 1 chapel, restrooms, and we have also water fountain. So I'll give you instruction how to do and explore the building, and we'll finish. Okay. and up the ramp, you access to the sixth level. A large line of cannons field, a bunker, bunker, and the line. Now, how you can go to the fourth level, you have two ways. As long as they open that side, right? Because on that side, they have an open, let's say, stairs, which is round. It's a round staircase, it's more safer. Instead of walking down the narrow stairs, you practically go to the fourth level. Okay? When you go to the fourth level, you practically go to the main tower. Because it was completed in 200 years, 1539 until the 1770s. Okay? And then you step down, you step more stairs to the third level, which you can see another casement until you get to the second and first level right in front of the coast. Okay, so you're looking at sixth level, down the ramp, the narrow stairs, to another ramp. Down to another level, to the third level, and you can view everything, including the so that's the big construction from 1539. Please don't miss it, okay? 45 minutes and I'll be right here. Sí, bueno. Sí, de acá, no se ve.
Hey, just to give you a heads up, the tour is almost over. Anyway, I'm inside this fortress, as you can see, and San Juan. So this is the old fortress from back in the day, during World War II and all that. So a lot of interesting history though, so far. So but other than that, it's all good. Just wanted to show you. I'm going to show you a little more.
Thank you.